Greetings everyone, my name is Etterville, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Starward Rogue. During the last part, I completed floors 5 through 6, and I found a host of several great weapons and upgrades. I got the Warhawk shotgun, torpedo cannon, miner missile launcher, the destruction module, as well as a host of other really good upgrades. It's also the first time I bought an upgrade from the sacrificial shop, and the sacrifice paid off. Sure, my size and as well as my speed were increased by 33%, or rather my speed was decreased by 33% and my size was increased by 33%. My overall damage was increased by 33%, so it was well worth it. Plus I got 3 robot bodies which are rather helpful, 2 of which I've never seen before, so this run is getting rather lucky. As I said before several times, the first few floors were rather unlucky because of the room generation putting me in close combat, and combined with the alpha mech's relatively low starting health, yeah, it can be quite a problem to survive. But following floor 2 or 3, I got really lucky with the drops, and most of the bosses have been a cinch from there on. I'm going to miss things like the miner missile launcher, and especially the torpedo cannon and the shotgun weapon. Oh well. I suppose that's what the RNG is about. Sometimes you get really good luck, sometimes you get really bad luck. You remember how fast I died during my first try with the Alpha Mech. I still hold by my earlier statement that the Alpha Mech should have at least 5 health or something. At least on normal mode, so it isn't so easy to die to everything. Because you only have a random chance of getting this good gear, and other times it's not going to be as good. So it's not really a good idea to have such low max health with so much RNG, especially because the random perks you can get can be really good like I have, or really bad. I wanted to take care of the bubble as soon as possible. Once again, another nice use of having this, of course, is being able to hit enemies from afar. Normally I have to use missiles, but because I have this, well, I don't need to use them. Or I can at least save them for the boss fights. The only thing that isn't really as good as compared to the missiles is that it can't clear projectiles during the explosion. The torpedo cannon, that is. Yet, at least. Maybe there's an upgrade that will allow me to. Ah, where's that enemy? Okay, there it is. But we should be having the toughest enemies over here. Well, unless there's another secret unlockable after I complete the final boss about a few more times, up to about 10 times at max. Maybe there is a secret encounter of this game that's a lot more challenging to face. But I have yet to reach it, of course. But yeah, I keep repeating or extolling the virtues about this torpedo cannon because I love it so much. It's my favorite weapon overall in this game now, secondary weapon. Specifically because it can destroy blocks so I can conserve my missiles. I really wish I can get it for my flame mech the next time I use it, but if not, well, when I create my own modded mech, the kind of OP modded mech for the impossible run, or the hard run, my main weapon will be the shotgun, or the base shotgun, whichever one. Because if the difficulty holds true, I'm kind of fearful how difficult the bosses will be in hard to very hard mode, and maybe even the regular enemies are going to be kind of crazy. Normally that enemy would be very tough, but I have so many damage boosts that I can easily just one-shot it. Even the Mago warriors, I can quickly just make minced meat out of them. No thanks, I would rather have the ability to get infinite energy. Well, not really infinite energy, but a lot of energy. Really, the torpedo cannon was a lot weaker when I only had 4 shots, or I had to be more careful with it. But ever since I got that energy booster, now I have 7 shots per magazine now, so I have no need to worry about it. About that limitation, outside of really big rooms and boss fights. Too bad I don't see what the enemy names are if I destroyed it with my missile launcher, unfortunately. I would have really liked to see what would... Yeah, the Viper series, those are the ones that are really annoying, especially long range. and they can really box you into a corner if you're not careful. The green bubbles too, or the bubble series, are also pretty dangerous because they explode into those shower of bullets. Yeah, that was my fault for staying too close to the face rippers. That wasn't a good idea. I need to take care of the other ones before I take care of the blade guardians. Another nice upgrade is of course the ability to be immune to all these caltrops and lasers. Boy, that was an awesome upgrade, and I really wish I had that during other mech fight encounters, or when I have with the other mechs. Because especially in certain other rooms, having to deal with all these caltrops, or at least lasers, can be really annoying. I'm out of ammo, unfortunately. So I still need to be a little bit wary about where my shots go. And I'm going to save up as many credits as I can for any great shop upgrade, or for the final boss encounter in case I need to regenerate energy quickly. Of course, I'm going to explore this room to the fullest before I go to the final boss, just in case there are any great upgrades. I want to stack the deck as much in my favor as possible. That was my fault for running into the enemy. That's my fault too, because I didn't see the enemy. Oh well, I have a lot of life upgrades or life pickups I can use in order to quickly restore that health. As you can see on the right side, we have all those rooms. Sure, let's take the risk, and let's do this. Wow, a humble bundle medium, I've never seen this before. I'll keep this in this room and use the repair putty if necessary. Okay, hacker, what does it do? Oh, rogue explosives. Okay, so this is the careful movement room. Oh, never mind, I can't move too slowly. So I need to keep guarding all these explosives away so I don't get hit by any of these projectiles. And of course, at the last point, or halfway mark, everything goes crazy because projectiles are everywhere. Too bad I don't have the... Oh, I lost my robotic buddies for here. Of course, they hacked that. Perfect, I think. Wow, this was definitely worth it. Getting the upgrades to everything is going to make me even more broken. Let me get my credit converter so I don't lose it by accident. This would have been a lot more scary if I didn't have so much health. Okay, major item storage. What do we have here? This deploys a mine with a repulsive field that explodes into needles. Hide behind them. Okay, they're like shields, like... Okay, I noticed some enemies were using them, so it acts like shields anyway. I've noticed that a lot of these weapons that you can collect throughout your runs are actually gotten from enemies themselves. Or you can get replicas from enemies, or at least the ones that function close to how the enemy ones work. But of course, if you upgrade it more, they'll be a lot stronger than the enemy variations. Then again, this may only hold true for the lower difficulty settings. For higher difficulty settings, I suppose a lot of these weapons are going to be a lot more in favor towards the enemies, or going to be a lot more stronger. But I think I'm well enough that I can actually fight the the Terminus of encounter right now with my current set of gear. I'm broken enough, basically. Oh, it's this. I thought I had to go walk out of it, but I didn't notice. Yeah, I thought those arrows meant that I was supposed to walk out, but no. It's actually I have to go on the teleporter itself. I've never seen this room type before, but it seems to be quite crazy. I've never seen these enemies either. Well, I've seen the battalion leaders before, but not that many projectiles together. So that takes care of that laser generator. I need to get across though, because otherwise I can't deal with these enemies. Okay, I took care of that one. At least my range is so high that my shotgun shells travel very far. The name Chaotic Core is rather appropriate. Let's do this. Okay, that wasn't that useful. Oh darn, that was bad. The IRS. Fitting name. Wow, that was nice. Increased energy capacity. Nah, I don't need the repair putty. I have a lot of spare repair putties, it seems. Okay, boss. Loco. Crazy one. Oh, I almost got it perfect, but it just rammed into me. Okay, it doesn't count as explosive damage, unfortunate. Wait a minute. Nah, I'd rather have the Warhog shotgun. I keep confusing it with the Boar shotgun because of my time in Warframe. In that game, there is a shotgun called the Boar shotgun, I believe. I don't think I can walk to the flames yet. I don't have the upgrade for incendiary immunity. So many missiles. Oh, robot. Sure, let's buy everything. Fine, let's buy every single upgrade, why not? I won't have much for my energy reserves, but I don't actually have any for my energy reserves. But this is going to be the most robotic companions I've had ever, because now I have 6 of them following me around. In my last run I said that my Arsenal mech run was my best run overall in the game, in terms of how easy it was to deal with most foes. But now that I think about it, I now think that the Alpha mech run is my best run, mainly because RNG is now in my favor. Quite a shocker and quite a change compared to my previous set of runs with this. Because at first I was going to write off this mech due to its very low health, but because I pushed onwards, well, it's now paying me back, big time. The only upgrade I would really like is, of course, the shield upgrade, but unfortunately I never found it. No, I want to complete the room on the left first, before I travel to the right. Well, that was a fast room. And the minor missile launcher works like this because it pierces through a lot of blocks. If I didn't have the torpedo cannon, this would be an awesome upgrade. Sure, more energy, I would love that. If I didn't have as many companions, the Hydro upgrade would be awesome. Another one of these rooms. Where are the enemies? Okay, there they are. I better quickly take care of them before this turret starts shooting at me. Oh no, it's a room filled with mines. Ow. That was a bad idea to run right into this. Sure, this is a rather... Sure, let's take a look. I'm not going to be purchasing anything. Plus, I don't have any credits anyway. Wow. The big homing missile launcher as well as the homing multi-mini missile launcher are also pretty good weapons. They seem to be combinations of the relatively weaker tiered missile launchers, but this one is like mini, it fires multiple, and is homing as well. Similar to this one as well. So in the higher tiers, the weapons will get combined in terms of the lower tiers and the higher tiers, because we have multiple characteristics as you just seen. Well, I suppose the boss encounter is toward the east or something. Let's go and let's take the upper route and see what's over there. Oh, it's the split. It's the face rippers. And this one, the remnants. Let's see what's under these, and let's continue onward. Okay, we have the Red Hunter. I remember we fought your green brethren, but we just completely destroyed you. Nah, I don't want the golden missile launcher. Yeah, I'd rather just have the minor missile launcher. It looks like I kind of wasted it, but no, I'm saving it up. Let me just destroy all these mines first, and I'll continue onwards. That would have been nice if I was near the beginning of the game. Yeah, none of these seem really useful to me. Oh nice, and also because of a recent update it also shows which rooms have missiles too. I suppose that was introduced in the same upgrade or the same update which shows which rooms have spare health. Really makes it convenient to navigate all of these areas. A lot more convenient. Well, I guess I don't really have a teleporter, so I'll just manually walk over there. Never fight blue bubbles in close quarters like this, unless you can quickly shoot them down. So many repair putties I'm collecting. I wonder if this is a sign. If I could hold another item or I didn't have the credit converter, I probably would have used the repair putty. Or equipped the repair putty. Okay, you two. We have the flak launcher. We have a lot. This is the big mini boss room. We have to fight several mini bosses together. Let me just take care of the fleas and then try taking care of this one. And try getting close enough. Yeah, Demesne, or however you pronounce it. Thankfully there are no problems whatsoever. Another boss fight. Oh, Green Hunter. I just defeated the Red Hunter, so no problems whatsoever. Extremely powerful, but low ammo. I would have used that if, of course, I didn't have this torpedo cannon. I'm not going to be switching my torpedo cannon for anything right now because of its high blast radius. And, of course, because it can break down passages. But if this was another run which I didn't have the torpedo cannon, it would be rather hard to choose between some of the special weapons or secondary weapons I've been collecting. That's for sure. Oh, yeah, those rammers are still quite scary to face at close range. Yeah, this acts basically like the repair potty, but for my energy tank. No thanks, I'm good enough. I have well enough energy and I want to save everything else. Consumables, let's see here. Oh, that's nice. No thanks, I'm good enough. I'd rather have my shots ricochet now. Especially because I'm near the final boss encounter anyway. Sure, let's spend... Nah, I don't want to spend it because I have my energy converter. I'll be able to use my energy converter at least 5 times. So 50 extra energy, so I'll be able to have 2 more shots of my torpedo cannon. Well, now 6 more uses. These rooms would originally be scary, but now I can just walk past everything that makes this room a danger. Well, almost everything. Those pellets are still quite scary. Like I said, the only other things I would like in this run would be the second set of shields, or a second shield block, as well as increased missile capacity. Otherwise, I really like where I'm at right now. Okay, what is this shop? Oh, cheap item shop. Oh sure, these are awesome upgrades. Unfortunately, I can't really get as many spare shots, but at least my max capacity at base is higher. Would have been much better if I got it this earlier. But hey, I take what I can get. I'm not complaining, especially with how much Lady Luck is on my side. Well, I've thoroughly explored most of this room anyway, or this floor, so there's only one stop left, the boss fight. Now if I can only find the quick warp room, but I can't, so I'll just manually take I'll just walk there. It's not that far anyway. Alright, this is it. Before we fight the boss, let me show off all my upgrades. As usual, if you want to see it in more detail, please pause the video in between. But overall, this run was rather good. At the beginning, it was a little bit more difficult because the room generation was rather mean, with a lot of tight corridors and boss fights that were forced. But following floor 2 and 3, it was a lot better and I got a lot of great upgrades. This is also the first run where I got 6 robot companions. And that never happened before. And I got a lot of credits in the process too, so it's like a combination of the Arsenal mech as well as the Humble mech in terms of credits, as well as power and RNG working in my favor. I would dare say that this is my best run overall, especially like this is my highest HP value as well, of 26. It isn't my highest energy value, that was during the Flame Pack run, which was over 300, but still, this is one of my best runs overall. And all thanks to the RNG being quite in my favor with the perk gains. And I was at first going to write off this mech as being too difficult to use. Well, Magikarp power at its finest, combined with, of course, high power. Okay, Terminus. This shouldn't be too bad. Especially as I can actually eat some of the shots. Even the big ones. Okay, phase 2. Now we need to take care of these crossblades or something. Or casual blades, I can't read it unfortunately. So wait for it to be lured in and make mincemeat out of it. Oh, what happened? Oh, I got caught by some of the projectiles. It can get a little bit distracting to figure out which projectiles is which, especially with all these robotic companions on my side. That was my fault, of course. Also because I have a larger radius too, or my ship is a lot bigger. So it can be a little bit difficult to differentiate whose shot is which. Because a lot of these shots I'm walking into, I keep thinking they're my friends. Okay, this phase is done. Let's go back to Terminus itself. Okay, phase 2, it's gonna start summoning that giant, the phase 2 of this, all of these smaller projectiles. Now I just need to get close enough that I can actually start dealing damage. Easier said than done, of course. I just need to guide the projectiles away from what my current position is before I can rush in. But once I can actually guide it towards my direction, it's a lot easier to fight. Okay, that's one down. I was getting a little bit scared there, so I decided to just use my extra fire. I'm kind of afraid of how difficult this boss fight is going to be in the hard difficulty settings, with even more projectiles to dodge and weave between. This is also slightly harder because my mech size is 33% bigger. And of course, my ability to blast them backwards doesn't really help matters either. It would have been much more useful if I could blast it towards me, or pull it towards me. Okay, there we go. Plus all my shields are down, and well, I only have 60 more health. Oh, what did I get hit by there? Yeah, it can be a little bit challenging to figure out where the shots are coming from. Okay, that's the second phase done. Don't want lag to happen now. And now we need to worry about this frog. Okay, that's done. Now for the Terminus. Never mind, we also have this one too. we getting hit? Oh, this is getting a little bit hectic. Alright, last one. Let's hope this works in my favor. I may need to do a short pause though. Oh, victory. I was a little bit too close for comfort there. But the main problem what happened there and why I took so much more damage compared to the Arsenal mech was, well, a combination of 3 factors. The first one is of course my increased 30% mech size, which meant that it was one of my biggest mechs of all my playthroughs. So, increased hitbox size. The second one was of course all the projectiles mixing in with each other. So it was quite difficult to figure out whose projectile was which, and I kept thinking, most of the projectiles I walked into were, of course, I kept thinking they were mine. But in fact, they were Terminus's or one of its cohorts. The third one was all the mechs I got. Sure, they are helpful, but in boss fights with a lot of projectiles going all over the place, it can be really challenging to determine whether your mechs are your friends or whether they're enemies, as well as their projectiles themselves, because there's no outline or color coding specifically tuned towards the player. Like, the player has a faint blue outline, I believe. But your allies or mechs don't really have it, so that's why I took quite a bit of damage there. Thankfully all the extra health saved me, but I would have liked an extra shield. Plus I think I should have saved up for the credit converter. It didn't work the way as anticipated though. I thought you were supposed to use it as much as possible, like for every time you tap F or the use key or use button, it would grant you 10 energy, but no, it just used as much credits as I had, and restored 40 energy at one bunch. It wouldn't have worked in my favor had a lot more credits in my max. It would supersede my max energy. But overall, I would say this is my best or second best run. Second best because the Arsenal mech fight, or the fight with Terminus, worked a lot better with the Arsenal mech, mainly because of its missiles, whereas this one went a lot more ARI. But other than that, the RNG was quite in my favor using the Alpha mech. But as I said, I still stand by my earlier statement that the max HP of the Arsenal mech, at least on normal mode, should be 5 HP instead of the 3 HP it had, so that you don't get 3 shot by enemies. Basically 1 shot by shields, and 2 shots after that with your base health. Specifically on normal mode on the first few floors, or floor 1 or 2, it really should be more like 5 HP, so you get 4 shot instead. On hard and impossible difficulties, fine, it's okay if you get 2 or 3 shot. But normal mode, it should be a little bit more lenient. Especially considering the fact that the low max HP doesn't make up for the fact that the RNG can really mess you up if you don't get good perks. Plus the base weapons like the slow minigun as well as the secondary weapon aren't really as useful. I would say that the main weapon you get, the slow minigun, is one of the worst ones I've gotten so far in terms of its use. The secondary weapon was fine, and the missile launcher was bog standard. So, increase the max HP or give a better special main weapon. But otherwise, the random perks you can get for the Alpha Mech really make or break the run. You can get some really great perks like I did, or you can get some really bad perks and die out early or have a really hard time. I can imagine how hairy a run on Impossible mode would be if you don't get good perks, and how easy an Impossible run can be if you get a lot of great perks over a long period of time. So that was my run with the Arsenal mech, or Alpha mech specifically, the second set of Logorogue's modded mech series. In the next part, I'll be taking out another one of Logorogue's mechs for a spin. Well then, thanks for watching, and have a nice day. Toodles!